All right, today we're going to take a look at the new irrigation module coming out here in 2017, and we're going to look at general workflows in producing an irrigation design. So let's get started. We're going to do some really basic here. This is, what are we at, 140 feet by 140 foot turf area. We're going to irrigate this today. Nothing real complex, but we'll get the point across. So let's start with some of the key settings that are going to be needed. You can go through and see a lot of different pieces, but part of the workflow is understanding that a lot of this can be preset, so then it's just work right through the system. So in this, I am working within Designer. Some of you are going to be in Landmark. So I have the AEC, you might have the Landmark tab, but in there, you're going to see a whole series of new modes here. We have irrigation settings, pipes, size pipes, recalculate, and pretty much everything down through here all have to do with the irrigation module. We're going to go to irrigation settings and take a look at what that has to offer. So let's start here right with units. You can preset these units to what your local requirements are. Pretty straightforward, whether you're metric or imperial, or for instance your pressure, let's change that to PSI, and the flow here, there should be gallons per minute, and my units should be inches, and your precision is going to be pretty much anything that Vectorworks has to offer. I'm good here with that, so we're pretty well set there. We're good. We're going to come back here to pipes and tubing. We can go to zoning here. I want to show you what this is. Here's your zoning ID numbering systems. You can either do 1, 2, 3 or ABC. Your coverage analysis, we can set these specific coverage analysis zones. You can set your own classes if you want, and what's happening with no overlap or 4 overlaps, but they did a really good job of pre-designing these. These are great. That's up to you to change them if you want, but they are there. Classing, these are all of the preset classes that they have determined. Really good list. You can turn them on and off whether you want to use them or not. So now let's get to pipes and tubing. You can set some loss factor and pressure variation percentages. These come stock, but I'm going to leave those as they are right now. Let's get into some of our tubing here. Let's start with drip tubing. You can choose either polyethylene or vinyl. Your depth, primarily I'm doing a lot of plant bed drip tubing, so we're going to set that right on the surface, drip down. But if you're doing subterranean turf drip irrigation, you might want to set that to a specific depth based on your soil conditions or regional requirements. Our lateral lines. So here you can see we can come in and set some default pipe types. I'm going to save my lateral line. I'm going to use a class 160 PVC. 5 foot per second is the maximum velocity that I want to achieve. You can set it higher or lower depending. I would generally recommend higher, but you can do what you need to there. And your default trench depth, let's just say that's going to be 12. And our default sleeve diameter, let's just say, is going to be 3 for our need. Then we get a list of pipe sizes. So regionally here, I don't design anything less than 1 inch. So what's unique about this module is it will automatically calculate the type of pipe that you need and the size of pipe that you need based on the parameters in that run. So I'm not using 1/2 inch, 5/8, or 3/4. I don't want it to calculate and tell me I need 3/4 inch pipe. Same thing on the other end. I'm not using all of the upper, so we're going to go ahead, turn those off. So I'm going to use anywhere from 1 inch to 3 inches. I'm happy with that. The main line, same sort of thing. They've got it listed as Schedule 40. Let's change that. Let's just say we're going to use Schedule 200 or Class 200 on that. And same thing here, 12, 3, and let's say we're not going to use any, and then just select the ones that we want a little faster. and now we're preset, we're ready to go.